College Classic! Did you say College Classic campuses? Well, sure you did. We're reading Dr. David Jeremiah's study guide, Facing the Giants in Your Life. That's pretty good. So we're going to continue to read it. Glory to God Almighty and all of Philadelphia and all the golden candlesticks. Amen. You may think that it's the most irrational thought you could ever have of God, but when fear begins to control your life, you don't think correctly. The rationality goes out the window, and if you choose to fear control your thinking, if you choose to let fear control your thinking, you will have a distorted view of the situation you are in and life in general. Everything will be totally out of perspective. You will think God has brought you into a terrible situation just to harm you. Last night I had to call the police because somebody in the mobile home park where I live is practicing spirituality. And the spirituality that they're practicing is very strange. Somebody goes by my car and they pound on it very loud so I can hear. When I go outside, there's nobody there. I think to myself, how'd they get away that fast? Now, where could they have ran to? Where could they be? Because, it doesn't take that long for me to run out my door and go out there. So last night, I heard it again. This time I didn't run outside. I called the police because I called the police the last time and they said, call us when it happens again. So I did. So I'm going to call them every time somebody pounds on my car. And I sleep in the front room sometimes because I have a waterbed. And sometimes I leave my pin on the waterbed or whatever and it pokes a hole in it, so I have to put a patch on the waterbed. And it's very strange that I just happened to sleep in the front room this time, and bam, he went by and I heard it. Whoever went by and I heard it. Now out here they have team leaders and team members, and they sue other people and they claim ISIS, and they communicate this to you by second guessing the word ISIS or insinuating it by something they do. It comes off their lips sweetly though, so I have to say something like, did you say ISIS? What? What do you mean ISIS? I said, did you say ISIS? Why would I say ISIS? It came out of your mouth right now. That's what you said. It's just, I insist. No, you said ISIS. No, I insist. No, you said ISIS. You know what? Stay away from Chris. TC is crazy. Anthony, you're nuts. And they insult you. What's funny about that is that ISIS is a very dangerous army now. It used to be a terrorist group. Now it's an army. A military. I couldn't begin to tell you exactly my thoughts on that, but I applied for a job once in town, and the girl asked me, "What do you think about ISIS?" And I looked around, and I looked at the girl. "Oh, you're talking to me." What do you think about ISIS? She turned back around. She's on the phone. I said, "It's okay if you don't." Huh. I said, personally or professionally? Is she going to smoke first? Personally. No, professionally. I said, it's okay, you don't have to talk about it. And she said, personally. I said, personally? She says, yeah. I said, they're Christian Muslim baby killers. She says, no, they're Christian killers. And I said, no, they're not Christian killers. How many Christians you know live in Libya? Hebron, Syria. No Christians there. Those were Muslims. For Muslims. I mean, there was no Christian dictators there. Those were Muslims that were killed. And she said, "Leave the application, please." And then she turned around and she says, "Okay, I got this for you. Here's your application." I looked at her. And another woman that was in line with me, this turned me on. She turned around and she looked at me and she said, "Leave the application, please." And I said, "What?" I said, "Oh, this woman's going to open her mouth and talk to me directly." She turned back around at the girl who was giving me the application. She says, "I'll never shop here again." She goes, "Did I do something wrong?" She goes, "You're damn right you did." And she goes, "What could I do to change it?" She says, "You could do nothing to change that, ISIS." And she walked right out of the way. And I said, "Wow." Then the man behind her said, "I feel the same way." And he walked right out right behind her. And I said, "Bye."